Welcome into the I-80 Club. Josh Peterson, Jack Mitchell here tonight. And today, Be Kind, Husker Rewind Season 3 rolls on. And we are doing, with a lot of controversy, as the normal people call it, because that's what it is, the 1994 Orange Bowl. But as Jack Mitchell calls it, the 1993 Orange Bowl. Jack, hi, how are you?
I'm good. We got to quit doing these after Nebraska basketball games.
Yes, I know.
We have-
I told you before we started, I can't wait for basketball season to end. And you might have thought, oh, yeah, because he doesn't want to watch Nebraska basketball. That is the reason. But also because we keep doing these pods after they lose.
We got to
I'm
stop.
sick of doing the pods with sad Jack. We need excited Jack
I'm
Mitchell.
not. I know, and maybe the game is gonna. This sounds like this is the game that could really turn around my losing.
Yeah, this will be great.
Turn around my losing feeling into a winning one. Maybe this might be the last Wednesday game of the year. I think it might be, or maybe there's one more. I don't know, but
yeah. So
I'm sure I'll forget about it.
Anyway, welcome in.
Once
it's
I start
Be Kind,
getting-
Husker Rewind.
Yeah. We for those of us who are joining us on the audio podcast and
We
are
love you.
members.
Thanks for listening.
And are members of the club or want to be members of the club or would become members of the club, you can also enjoy the video. You can see the game with the audio if you are a patron, because probably by the time that you hear this, I will have posted our hidden YouTube link to this at patreon.com/i80club, and you can watch the game unfold. You can just listen to it and imagine what's happening in the game. Which is what you're probably doing here, or you can get over to the YouTube and the YouTube link and watch the game as well as is shown. And if you were a member, you could have been watching this our current live studio audience. We have a good studio audience that is gathered. Hello, studio audience. Welcome to the show. We are ready. And Josh, before we start this, there may be people who are saying, guys, why would you do this game? And it's
why did we pick this game?
It is not necessarily because I was dying to do it, but in talking to you and talking to a lot of our other members, there was some desire to do it, and then I learned that there were a lot of people in the club of kind of a certain age, about your age, probably Josh, who remembered seeing it like at the time it happened as a youngster, and have never seen it or watched it again since then, yet on the other hand, have watched the 2 subsequent years, 3 of the subsequent 4 years, bowl games on VHS or on Big Ten Network or wherever, over and over and over again, but just hadn't seen this. This game is, in a ton of, this is a much, I mean, that the Miami game the next year was a close game. This is a much crazier game than that. Like a much more intense, crazy game than that one could argue. So that makes it for good drama, for rewatching it. I'm not going to spoil it, but the end is absolutely insane. And had it happened in modern days, if TweetDeck still worked, people would have went nuts. People would have gone nuts.
Yeah.
So
Brendan says, this is my formative sports memory. So as we always do when we do these games, like, where were you? Where was I? I will start. This is a game I don't remember. I'm assuming I watched it. My parents have told me the story many times. We lived in Michigan at the time, and they invited a bunch of friends from my parents' church over to watch the game. And apparently, they trolled incessantly. And that actually set it up for the following year when Nebraska played Miami in the Orange Bowl. They did not have a party, because they were like, we don't want anyone from church to show up and, be like they were, which is pretty crazy. You are people of God, and you are trolling the pastor and the pastor's wife of your very church.
Sad.
So I assume I watched it. I don't remember watching it. As you just said, the following national championship game, the Fiesta Bowl after that, and then the Orange Bowl a couple of years after that. I have watched those games a million times. I have seen this game once. I've watched the 1994 Orange Bowl game one time. And so, like, when I see Brendan say this is my formative sports memory, I know a lot of my friends are like Brendan, where I have heard one of my best friends, Aaron, he's like, this is the first game I ever cried about. Others talking about just how heartbreaking it was. So for them, it's like this huge memory. And for me, it's like, I know about it. I know what happens. And yet it doesn't like upset me, obviously, like it would someone like you or someone like Brendan.
Yeah, I was 16 years old. I would have been in the middle, I believe, of my sophomore year of high school at this
God, talk
point.
about formative years.
And I had a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends, like I did for each of the next several years of bowl games. But this was the first year I had kind of a party for the bowl game, and that became a tradition in the years after this, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. But the context around this game is, and most of you probably know this, but we'll go over it just in case people don't. Florida State had lost one of the most hyped regular season games of all time a few weeks before this in November.
The first game with College Game Day on campus.
Oh, is that right?
Yep,
that
against
is
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, Florida State. They lost
Down to the wire.
They lost, down to the wire. Notre Dame won the game. Florida State's wide receiver, and I can't remember his first name, but it's Fryer, and not spelled like Irving Fryer. But he's the white wide receiver from Florida. You'll see here,
Matt Fryer.
Matt Fryer. That sounds right. But you can probably look it up on YouTube. There was he talked to the media afterwards and just was begging college football for another chance for Florida State to be back in there. And of course, Nebraska was needing a little help at that time because 1-2 was Notre Dame, Florida State, and so it looked like Notre Dame was in the clear for this whole thing until they met up with Boston College. A week or two later, after that game, and Boston College made a field goal in the closing seconds to beat Notre Dame that year in a huge, massive upset. And so Notre Dame was out of the top spot. Nebraska wins out that year, including a game against Oklahoma in Lincoln, which was the coldest game. It's number one coldest game I've ever been to, along with the 2006 Big 12 National Championship. They win that game 21-7 against Oklahoma and Cale Gundy. And Trev Alberts injures himself in the first quarter, I believe, of that game. And it looks terrible. It looks bad. It looks like his career at Nebraska is over. As we'll see in the game, he did come back for this game, even though he's wearing like a massive like cast and sling and just a weird amount of medical equipment to still play as a outside linebacker or defensive end. And so, as was pointed out in the chat already, Josh, Nebraska was a 17.5 point underdog at one point.
18.5
in this game. 18, I don't remember that. I remember 17. That 17.5 is etched in my mind as the number.
Just a huge point spread.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. And
this was also like, you just set up the season. This is also in the midst of Nebraska. This would be their 7th straight bowl loss. All of them January bowls. The Nebraska is slow, Florida schools are fast meme had really hit its peak. And it was a program. I mean, I'm trying to think of an equivalent today, but it's a program. Really, it's kind of like Big 12 teams, right? Well, I guess TCU just made the Natty, but those schools that win their conference and they get to a bowl, and we're like, yeah, good luck, you suck. Mm-hmm. Florida State, they are the SEC and SEC equivalent of their day, a dominant program, even though they had also not won a national championship under their head coach Bobby Bowden. So it was truly a dare I say, David versus Goliath, where one program had all of the respect and was predicted to romp, and the other was the slow Midwestern school that only got there because they were in a weak conference. And that was what the game was.
As Josh points out on the chat, worth mentioning too, Nebraska, Florida State, this is a rematch of the previous year's Orange Bowl. They played. Mm-hmm. Nebraska lost that 27-13, and I believe they played 2 other times in bowl games within the last 6 years before that. I think it was once in the Fiesta Bowl. I think there were 2 other matchups. Florida State winning all of them. I remember the one with Peter Tom Willis for Florida State. That was a blowout. Nebraska had not fared well against Florida State since they beat them in the first night game at Nebraska, which was 1986. And then they had beaten them again in a game, I want to say 80. I think they played them in Lincoln also in 84 or 85 too. So they had beaten them twice, but Florida State came on big time, beat them in 3 straight bowl games, and they had this chance where they were 17.5 point underdogs were Nebraska to Florida State. Florida State's quarterback, they had it was mentioned in the chat, they had a lot of big-time players. Derek Brooks, obviously one of the best linebackers in NFL history, was on this team. Tamarick Vanover, wide receiver, kick returner. William Floyd, I mentioned Fryer already. Charlie Ward was the quarterback. Heisman winner that year, would go on to play in the NBA actually instead of the NFL, and was a part of some big NBA games, including against Michael Jordan in the Eastern Conference playoffs. But just crazy stuff. So that is kind of the preamble, I think, for this whole thing.
All right, so let's get this thing going. And as we press play, Florida State running out onto the football field as the broadcast begins. So all of that said, did you expect anything? Were you positive going into this game? Did you expect it to be close? Did you expect Nebraska to be able to pull off the victory? Because obviously a lot of people outside of the state of Nebraska did not.
No, I didn't. And the other thing is that they were on a bowl losing streak at that point. They had lost.
I think this is 7 straight. This game is going to be the 7th straight loss.
So the year before they lost to Florida State, the year before that they got beat 22-0, I believe, by Miami. They lost to Georgia Tech.
Game.
They lost to. I mean, there was just I'm missing one in there too.
It's a lot. It's like Miami losses, Florida State losses. And then the Georgia Tech. It's a real rough stretch of football.
But the end of the season was
in January.
The end of the season was good. I mean, they beat Oklahoma that year, but that wasn't a great Oklahoma team, you know. Like they beat them. Okay, here we go. Here's the lineup: Frazier, Jones, Schlesinger, Dixon, Abdul Muhammad, and Gerald Armstrong. Gerald Armstrong went on a crazy streak of catching touchdowns. I don't know if it was this year or the year before with him. Lundberg, Zadiska, Aaron Graham, Ken Malin, and Zach Weger. So they have 3 of the 5
got some names.
Three of the 5 that ended up being the starters on the so-called pipeline next year.
Yeah,
and there you go.
Good Lord, right away.
First play
in Florida State. I, as someone again who does not remember this season, does not really remember the early 90s. The first year that I remember is 1997. I always love watching games that are played at the old Orange Bowl, but I imagine you have a different relationship with watching games played at this stadium.
I did until the next year. I mean, I had terrible memories. Calvin Jones from Omaha. How about that? An Omaha running back. Started out the game. Started out the game here. So I did. Yeah, I had. I mean, still at this time, that was the other thing about this place is that you still had, not fresh, but 10 years prior, the loss to Miami, the 2-point conversion game. So
Look
we're going
fast, Frage, man.
Yeah, we're going fast here. They're running a lot of option with Calvin Jones and Tommy Frazier to start.
Yeah, I love how shitty the field is. I love the look of the crowd. Everyone's wearing white shirts, probably because it's 1,000,000 degrees in Miami, and so they're just trying to stay cool during the day. I've always loved the look of it. But yeah, I mean it's been a house of horrors. Your former colleague at your station, my current colleague John, has told the story many times of going to the 1984 Orange Bowl and just how miserable it was. They left the game early, before the 2-point conversion. And there you go. Yeah, Charlie Ward, Heisman Trophy winner, starting quarterback for the Seminoles.
Kes McCorvey, he was a good running back. And I saw a few other guys on that defense that I think had at least a cup of coffee in the NFL as well. First drive, Nebraska appeared to run 2 different plays. Over and over
option
again.
Left, option right.
And then they had a ISO type play or something like that to Calvin Jones. And so they have to punt right away. And Florida State gets their first shot, so we see their offense. And Nebraska's defense looks really good early. Who's on this defense? There's Trev, Ed Stewart, Mike Anderson. Dante Jones, Terry Keneally. Yeah.
Ed Stewart, Baron Miles. I mean, it's a lot of names. It's a lot of names, of course, that we remember in 1994.
Yeah.
It's a lot of those names.
Yeah. Baron Miles' son plays on the team now.
Time flies.
He's a current player. Wide receiver, I believe. All right, and here's Charlie. Here's what you're afraid of. God, not having the first down line is going to make me crazy. So they
right. I'm like, okay, wait, where did they start the line of scrimmage?
They had 2 pretty big sacks there, or tackles for loss. So
tackles for loss.
So and there it is, the Tom Osborne, 2 guys back to return punts. Gotta love it.
Is that LP?
Was that LP and Corey Dixon? Is that LP or was that a
Dixon's number 2, right?
Yeah, Dixon was back there too, though.
Yeah, so it was LP and Dixon.
LP rarely returned punts.
Josh says not LP, so maybe it wasn't LP. Look at this. Other bowl game scores because it's the 90s, and so you have a lot of bowl games on the same day.
That's exciting. That might have been Ron. Was Ron Dane a young?
No, he wouldn't have been playing just yet. Okay. Oh, geez, that was a bad screen. Hey, look, bad screens. Jeez. Nebraska football, a tradition unlike any other. Yeah, seriously. Holy. Yeah, we're watching the hurry up, and we'll include it obviously in the show notes. But the hurry up of this game, holy shit, it moves fast. That wasn't a very good punt either. Florida State's already deep into Nebraska territory.
No. All right, yeah. So three and out, or not 3 and outs, but 3 punts here to start the game.
Ooh, almost.
And they're gonna call. Offsides.
Offsides. Oh, that ref looks like a dork.
Offsides by the white pants. All right. Okay, now Florida State's moving a little bit. Okay, now you're starting to say, oh, boy, this is what we expected.
What in the world is going on?
Somebody's unmuted.
These refs are losing
there you
control.
can see Trev's thing on his arm.
Yeah.
Now. You see that?
So when was the game? What happened that he got hurt?
It was the Oklahoma. It was the previous game. It was the equivalent of the Black Friday game, which was against Oklahoma, and it was at the very beginning of the game, and it was just as I recall, it was kind of a it was kind of it looked like a bad injury at the time, like to a really bad injury to his elbow, and to the point where you're like, okay, it's doubtful that dude's going to be back, and you can see here he is almost made the play. You can see with that thing that he's got on his arm. Oh my gosh, it's so huge.
Seriously, it's massive. How about this 3rd and 30? Huge. They're getting after him early on.
Yeah, the pass rush is looking good. Dante Jones, he had a long NFL career. Jesus. Dante Jones did. And Trev is getting in there. Kevin Raymakers, he was a nasty defensive lineman. And
Jesus Christ!
Oh my gosh!
Kickers.
I forgot that. Is that? Holy cow!
He pulled that into the stands. Nobody beats Cornell.
Holy cow!
I miss posters at games back in the 90s.
Bennett
they were
didn't even have the worst kick of the game. That's amazing.
Seriously, that was horrible. That is the worst field goal attempt in a while.
Oh, play action. They tried to throw it. Tremaine Bell.
8 rushes, 2 passes early on. Calvin Jones still in the game.
Yeah, Tremaine Bell was a wide receiver converted to a tight end, if I recall.
Oh, boy.
Another version of the option there. There's Clester Johnson. Some huge pads.
40 yards rushing for Nebraska, -3 for Florida State. You love to see it. Hey, another pass.
Another play action. We got a flag down.
Oh, boy.
And, oh, jeez.
Man, I always hate when a quarterback, rolls out like that, and it's like, oh, he's going to go deep, and then he throws it, 2 yards down the field. Like, okay, well, that's not as fun.
And back to the option. Oh, my God.
Jeez, that field.
Turf is some garbage.
Yeah.
He was dead anyway.
He can't make any cuts.
He was dead to rights there anyway. All right, that was the first straight-up drop pack pass of the game, and my gosh.
Yeah, that was a rough.
He had Dixon finally open.
That was a rough throw.
Here's punt number 3 of the first quarter.
What the hell? God, we give the kickers and punters a lot of shit today. I feel like we need to apologize because, that punt, hey, Damon, that punt rolled a ways, but that was a horrible punt. Who's the punter in this game?
It's Byron Bennett.
93 punter? Oh,
Byron
Lord.
Bennett is doing the punting here.
Wow.
Which
Good job there, Byron.
Yeah.
Look at that, 2.9 yards per play for Florida State. So jeez. I imagine at this point, people are like, okay, well, Florida State will eventually get going, right?
Yeah. Josh,
man, they did not look good.
Maybe this would be an exception. No, that one wasn't too good. Both of these passing offenses look terrible.
Dude. Yeah, the defenses are flying around. Yeah, Josh says Tommy Frazier, the greatest greatest college quarterback of all time. And he was a shitty passer.
Corey Dixon.
Play?
Corey Dixon.
Man.
But there was a flag on the play.
Man, again, as because I've only seen this once, I did not realize that the flag happened this early in the game. I always thought that the punt return was late.
I actually didn't remember it being quite that early either. Jeez.
Yeah, that
oh my gosh.
And so we're watching the shortened version. They never were able to find the replay, right, of the block in the back. Like we never saw it.
Yeah, the
Tommy.
Phantom. Everybody always called it a phantom clip, but now I saw it was actually a block in the back was the call there.
I think clip was block in the back of its day. I think it was the same penalty. They just renamed it.
No, I think they had a different signal for clip. I think clip is different. They used to call clipping more. Actually, they used to call clipping way more than block in the back.
See, I don't think they call clipping. I think clipping just morphed into block. What is
clipping? Isn't a thing anymore, is it?
Yeah. What is clipping? I always thought clipping was block in the back, and we just started, we gave it a fresh coat of paint.
But they had both of them then. There's Abdul Muhammad gets a catch.
Nice. So the drive that this happened on, they're moving the ball a little bit. Oh,
what is
throw? Oh my gosh, he is going to throw. Oh, he's wide open.
God, I forgot that. Jeez.
Wow.
That was amazing. That wasn't more of a disaster.
Seriously.
Wow.
Holy
that was
crap.
That was not a play Osborne ran very much.
Yeah, option pitch to the running back who throws it.
And now,
3rd and 10, and they ran a quarterback draw.
Out of the shotgun, too.
Good Lord. Yeah,
out of the
that wasn't great.
shotgun.
Not great. Josh says, sends that one to Matt Rule. Yeah, let's get that one to Matt Rule. Matt, run the option pass.
I'm sure there was one somewhere, but, man, there were not many times where they ran an option and had a running back pass the ball.
That was rough.
For his career. All right, so let's see if Florida State's offense can get things going. They look a little better, but not much.
Yeah, they have like 1 or 2 big plays. Meanwhile, Nebraska's longest play at this point is like 8 yards.
If Florida State can get you feel like if Florida State can get a little protection, which they did there, their passing game is just a way more dynamic than Nebraska.
How about that celebration? The guy caught, look, 25-yard pass. It's nice. He's hugging his teammate like he just caught the game-winning touchdown for the game. Like, settle down there, bro.
God, look at that defense is just bringing the damn house.
Yeah, seriously, they are rushing.
In the summertime they're bluffing it, but now here they're looking to more straight up front. But
a little trap from Florida State.
Yeah,
man,
I formation
aesthetics. Just
Florida State going
gorgeous.
out of the I too.
Yeah.
Oh, Toby Wright. Holy crap!
That was nice.
All right, Florida State out of the shotgun. This looks like about 3rd and 6 here, doesn't it? Oh, nope. Oh, what?
Jesus.
What?
The whole damn referee group threw flags on that play.
That was on John Reese. I don't even think that was a good call.
No.
So they got
I don't
bailed,
think he got turned
completely
around.
bailed out there with that call. Fryer, that was that wide receiver I was talking about that was whining after the Notre Dame game. Methodical drive here. Kept alive by a penalty. Now back into the shotgun. They then get protection here. Oh, that's a delay. Not called.
Yeah, it's a delay game.
Jeez, God. Oh, did they call it?
Oh, this guy has hairy arms.
Wow. That's better than they did in the Bills playoff game against the Dolphins.
Man, Nebraska's defense just get all right, Bentley. Let's see what you're going to do this time.
That one he gets. All right, we got points.
Wow, what a game! I think the under is on its way to hitting for sure.
Whew. Defenses look good. The Nebraska defense is coming up huge. Nebraska's defense coming up huge. All right, so 7:54, 3-0, Florida State. You're feeling really good right now, Josh.
Oh, seriously, Nebraska's. And you're pissed too, right? You're still muttering at your party.
We should be ahead.
Return. It should be. Nebraska should be up 7-3 right now.
Between the Dixon return and here comes another good return by Corey Dixon.
Nice. Look at special teams.
All right, we're getting more option here. We got it. Oh, a little counterplay.
Wow. So, again, spoiler alert. I know that LP ends face mask on Florida State. Ooh. I know that LP ends up having a lot of games, a lot of yards in this game. Again, I didn't realize that he didn't play throughout much of the first half.
In fact, they put Damon in. This is Damon now.
Oh, yeah.
They just put Damon in for the first two plays.
Oh,
my gosh.
Tommy, bro, what are you doing? Good
Wait, did
Lord.
he catch that? No, okay.
Okay.
The way the ref signaled that. All right, so we got big third down play here. Big third down play. Ooh, Clester Johnson. Johnson. That's the play of the game so far for the offense.
Oh, huge. Yeah, that's easily Nebraska's best offensive play so far. Easily.
There was Sty on the bench, not starting. Jeez. Back, and then they go back to Calvin Jones.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, and the tip drill. Reggie Ball.
Hey, flag him. 15 more yards.
They don't call that, by the way.
Wow, what a touchdown. Holy crap. Hey, Damon.
There it is.
Nebraska's up.
The tip to Reggie Ball, and Nebraska takes the early lead there.
Hey, come on now, guys. Let's go. Let's get a touchdown. Come on now.
Now you are psyched because you're about to
Oh,
go
God.
into,
You are losing your shit.
You're about to go into halftime ahead of this. So
God, Byron Bennett reminds me a little too much of Brett Maher right now. Every kick is just a little worrisome. Josh says, I feel like Jack is forgetting the inevitable groin kick.
No, I'm not forgetting it.
Oh, geez, that was way too good of a return for a bobble.
I bet we're not going to get to see it because they won't. It was in the replay. But Tremaine Bell, number 80, they were showing there on the sideline. Oh, Trev! Oh, God!
Sheesh. My God.
Oh, jeez. Now they're jumping. They are,
they are
this
frightened.
defensive front is, and
yeah, they are.
And the way they're mixing up
right
the
now.
blitzes is.
Yeah, look at that. They got 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, and they only bring 4.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Lorenzo
they are
Brinkley is
flying
even in
right
there.
now, Jack.
Yeah. Raymakers is a super underrated Husker.
3rd and
I think he was from
26.
Griffith Island.
Get him again.
Oh, he missed the sack.
But they didn't get the first.
Who's that?
Man, dude,
And
this
they're punting
defense
again.
is just so fast.
And at this point, you're like, I don't know if if Florida State's gonna score in this game.
Oh wow, what a horrible
anything
punt.
more than a field goal.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so they're back with Damon, a chance to go up 14-3 here.
Yeah, and God, they're near the 40-yard line.
And we got the end around here. Corey Dixon.
Can't. What would they say? You
15.
can't run. Yeah, that should have. Oh, is it? No, of course.
Holding.
Come on, hairy armed ref. What are you doing, man?
Second and
17.
All right, we're drop back out of the shotgun. Run that, Tommy.
Throw it.
Just freaking run it.
Throw it.
Oh, God. Jeez, he had. Holy cow, he had somebody.
Yeah.
Who was that? Brett Popplewell on that play that was open? The Australian guy? I think that. Why was he in there? That must
Did he catch
be somebody else.
Jesus.
Oh,
wow, come
are we
on.
sure?
Tommy has sucked in this game, and finally throws a good pass, and you can't catch it. That's
Tommy
brutal. They could have gone for it on 4th and short. That was a 30-yard punt. What are they doing? God.
All right, Charlie Ward back out there. If he has time, yeah.
Oh, geez.
If he's got time. Yeah, if he's got time, they're getting these guys just on man-to-man islands. Screen. Bruce Moore tipped that one. A backup defensive end. Some of the there's Trev getting pressure again.
Lord, man.
But they got that's the concern.
That's what you're scared about. Wow, that was a nice play.
I've
never really watched a whole lot of Charlie Ward highlights over the years. Ooh, nice tackle.
Terry Keneally. Yeah, this is great. Josh just said on the chat, this is Tommy Frazier's last loss as a Husker.
Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, and they called a roughing?
Oh, what? Okay, never mind. What? Oh, wow. That's more 2023 than 1993.
I mean, in 1993, that is not roughing.
Jesus.
Trev's getting held like crazy. Oh, my gosh. Trev is just getting held. Holy crap. We jumped on that one, I think. God, I love how they're mixing up those blitzes, though.
Mm-hmm.
They almost jumped
offsides.
again.
Yep, almost offsides.
Trev read the screen there. Trev read the screen, but it gave him room to run.
Oh, get him!
Oh, horse collar.
Nice. Yep, yeah. And today, that is a penalty.
All right, so
now
held him
it's
still
to
to
settle for
another field goal. Okay.
How about that patch? ACC 40. It's so
Ooh.
90s.
Almost blocked it.
God, every kick is just a wild ride in this
It
game.
really is.
And that's going to continue all night long.
How much time? Man, it
I was
seems
just
like
going to ask the same
second quarter should
thing.
be
I
over.
got what were broadcasters thinking? Not having not having a score and time up the entire game. Just a wild time.
6. And you're still thinking, God, this defense. If Nebraska's offense could just, if Nebraska's offense could make this a 2-possession game, you start to want. Oh, Damon!
Oh,
Damon! Oh,
Dang.
Damon! He keeps his feet and he cuts that back.
Oh,
That could have been the
man.
national championship. Tommy, looking deep. What kind of arms? Ooh. Nope.
Oh,
Another
Lord.
incomplete.
This ref is way too
God.
excited to say
Jeez,
incomplete.
Corey Dixon's jersey is huge. Holy crap.
I missed the uniforms back from the 90s,
Frazier's
the
gonna
cutoffs.
wait for the last minute.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
basically a
That
Hail
was
Mary.
bad. Josh says, I remember the first ever Be Kind Husker Rewind, and you guys spent most of the time talking about the Apex brand. Yes, we did. We spent so much time talking about the Apex jerseys and jackets.
Wasn't there a guy, an Apex
Yes.
guy?
Yes, the huge Apex T-shirt on the sidelines next to Tom.
Look at that ACC 40th patch there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, next quarter.
Yeah.
I used to have one of these game jerseys. I still do somewhere. The tops of them were like so thick but silky. It was. They were. I mean, they felt so cool at the time. Yeah. Like you knew it was a high quality garment. All right, here we go with the defense again.
So again, like now, what you're really saying is, it's not even about stopping them anymore. It's like, can we get a turnover?
Yeah,
can we get a turnover in a short field?
Right. Basically, how you felt many of the last several years about Nebraska football. To be honest.
Yeah. Seriously.
Or if you get a turnover, can you make sure you run it all the way back and score?
Yeah, because right now, you're not really feeling good about the offense. They got the lucky touchdown.
Ed Stewart.
They got the one called back on the punt return.
Here comes Stewart on the blitz. Oh, Keneally just go. God!
Oh,
how did
Jesus
he? Oh my
Christ.
gosh! This is crazy,
is that
Josh.
Fryer?
It is just absolute send the freaking house most of the time and straight up 1-on-1.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty.
Reese, the safety, barely didn't really even get over there. Or actually, that 8 was it's Tyrone Williams and Reese. Yeah.
God, I love 90 celebration. It's basically, it seems like they're like, look, is this the famed fumble? Oh, they called him down. Wow, they called him down? No way.
Oh, look, he did the old Mickey Joseph, whatever epsilon sign or whatever Greek letter.
So is this the fumble? That's the fumble. Oh, man. So if there's review, does that one get overturned?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Mike Anderson gets it. He now has a car dealership in Nebraska. It did look like he scored the play before. Now, I kind of forgot about that, but
yeah.
Okay, here you go.
They're going to show us a replay.
Here's your replay. Take a look. I mean, that's not a great angle, but
yeah, it's not down the line, but I mean,
somebody's
just judging off of
the
it.
Crap out of him too. All right, so they're going for 2 here.
Oh wow! Look at this
look,
modern analytics. This is a smart play, Bobby.
Look at that.
Oh, what a play!
You see who was in as a backup on the defensive line there? That was Christian Peter.
No. Oh,
Christian
really?
Peter
Yeah, he's a sophomore in this game.
I hadn't hardly seen him play before that.
Man, that was a nice defensive play. Very nice defensive play. And by the way, in '93, that was bad. Is there overtime yet in 1993, or is that still a year away? I can't remember. For some reason, I don't think there was.
Josh says no.
96. That's what I thought. I thought it was later in the 90s.
Ooh,
geez. So now, I mean, this is now like the second or third end around that they've run today. So they are very, very concerned that they can't do anything normal. They have to go to gimmicks.
And he's benched Calvin Jones at this point and gone exclusively to Damon since the middle of the second quarter.
When's LP showing up? Oh, that's a nice play.
There's Tremaine Bell.
Josh says Calvin is hurt. That's why he's not playing right now.
All right.
Damon.
Josh knows everything. He should just do this.
Yeah, dude. He is just an encyclopedia about this game. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. That Florida State defense is so... See, this is when the announcers are like, you can't run side to side with Florida State Seminoles. They're too fast. You got to run up and down. North and south. Throw it, Tommy.
Oh, God.
God, he keeps throwing across the field, man.
It's like just the opposite of Florida State. It feels like they've got 80 guys back in coverage.
Yeah. Nebraska has 80 guys on the line of scrimmage. Florida State has 80 guys back in coverage. Ugh. So what is it? It's still 12-7.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now you're really saying you got to get a turnover. Got to get a turnover.
Oh, Baron Miles didn't see it. Oh, Trev got his knees taken out on that play. 3rd and 3, big play. Don't jump. Don't jump, Dante. Trev's getting held again. Doesn't matter.
Throw the frickin' bones. Jeez, man.
They don't exist yet.
What a monster performance.
And Baron Miles. Oh! Baron Miles, who had so many punt blocks in his career.
Oh,
God. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
What the crap?
Biff says, feel like the route trees and passing games those days were so far behind today's. You could just blitz and play man on the edges.
He said it better than I did, but that's what I was thinking too, the way that these receivers
Seriously, it's
Yeah.
just like get after the quarterback, and if he beats you downfield, I guess
Yep.
he's going to beat you downfield.
Yeah.
But they're not sophisticated enough.
Damon
Oh Lord.
tries to cut it back.
Oh no.
Damon and
no.
I mean, they look good now, but the pulled up black socks then with black shoes, I thought were so cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought
The uniform. Somebody said it earlier. Like the uniforms. Like have they gotten worse? These uniforms are just sick, man. It's just such a cool look.
that looked like kind of a modern play there.
Yeah, a little screen.
Yeah, but not
Little
enough.
wide
Here's
receiver
another
screen.
punt.
Oh Jesus.
So Bear Miles
Hey,
didn't get
hey, look
called.
at this,
That
Byron.
was a
Good
good
job.
punt
You actually kicked the ball in the air.
I thought they could have called Miles for roughing on the last Nebraska punt, but they didn't. So,
Oh.
God, jeez.
Jeez, I thought they were gonna.
And
smoke
there it is
him.
into man-to-man coverage with no safety help
Yep,
whatsoever.
exactly.
Now, Tyrone Williams, it would like super long NFL career. Holy
Oh,
cow,
Lord.
William Floyd.
Jesus. Did he
That's
play in the
about-
pros?
Yeah, not for a long time, but he did a little bit. I can't remember where though. Somebody can probably.
Biff
help me
adds,
on that.
my uncle still says every play to bring some fucking pressure and press coverage. And then he adds, it's not 1993 anymore.
Yeah, this is what
you
that
can't
looked
do
like.
that now. Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
They're moving that quick passes. And another roughing?
Roughing? Are you
Jeez.
serious? Jeez. Okay, never mind. That was a good call. Holy was that Dante Jones?
They decided, man, I didn't remember this much that this defense.
Get him.
God, Dwayne Harris is in. He hadn't played like that whole game. He was an absolute stud the next year. And then
Look at
they're
that.
jumping.
Season sacks. They've
Look at
given up 10. Nebraska has 5.
Did you see Trev clapping in that dude's face when he jumped?
Oh,
this offensive
man.
line was freaking spooked.
Dude, they are so scared right now.
Oh, they're so that offensive line cannot that looks like when we get really mad about a Nebraska offensive line right now.
Oh!
Like a modern Nebraska offensive line. Jeez, and then they
Jeez, it's just the same shit, man. Every play.
Just bomb
Blitz,
it up
throw
in
it to
the
the
air.
edges. Well, here we go, Scott. Are you going to pull it again? Wee! Wow. Yikes. So what's it now? It's 15-7?
Yep.
Oh.
15-7.
So now you are obviously saying
Yeah.
you have to score.
You're thinking
this
it's still
is
a
it.
one
You
possession
have
game,
to
but
score.
you're
Yep.
wondering how you're going to because the one play you scored a touchdown on was fluky, or it felt
Oh,
kind of
Lord.
fluky. Like,
This
and
is-
there's just
oh,
been
Lord.
no running game at
Jeez.
all.
Nope. No running game. The passing game has been really bad.
Offside on the
rare
kickoff.
offsides on the kickoff.
All right, so they try again from the 30.
Oh, they're replaying. That's a smart play. They got tackled at the 15, and they're gonna catch. Yeah, they're gonna
Yep.
catch it at the 5. Good job there, T.O.
All
Good
right.
job.
And a little bit better, but not much. All right, there's
Josh
that's
says,
LP.
does Florida State have the coolest helmets in college football?
Maybe they brought LP in for the first time.
Nah,
They brought
God,
Sty
it
in
took
now.
This long?
Brought Sty in on
Doesn't
the
LP
offensive
finish
line.
with like 80 yards? He's gonna have 80 yards in a quarter and a half.
God, Frazier.
God.
That's the play that Frazier scored on against Florida on just that quick step back and the sneak up the middle.
I love that play. That's one of my favorite underrated plays from the 90s run. Just such a fun
Jeez,
play.
the left tackle just fell down on that.
Throw it.
Lundberg.
Hey, Corey Dixon.
And I love this play. I love this play normally, but God,
Jesus,
Jeez,
come
God, those
on.
passes
What
look
are you
so-
doing?
There,
Hey, there
LP.
he is.
There we go.
There's the best running back in program history. God.
That was about the best run of the game.
Yeah.
so far,
Oh
up to
yeah.
this
By
point.
far. By far.
So
Oh,
then we're
you're
gonna try
gonna do
another.
a little-
Fake end around.
Wow. Speaking
Frazier.
of kind of a good lord.
Oh, he caught
Wow.
it.
Wow. That play should have been a touchdown. Oh no, it's coming back.
Some kind of.
Oh no, the end of quarter. End of
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So striking
about to be
distance
really
here.
mad.
Look at Ron Brown. Look at that hat. The
Oh,
UN. Does that
UN.
hat say UN?
UN.
What? What the hell is that?
I know. I've never seen that.
UN?
Look at this drive. This is a good drive.
This is a good
Come on,
drive.
LP. Finish
I mean,
it off.
LP really has only had one run so far, significant on it.
And
One
here he
was- there it is,
goes.
right up the middle and in, and you're like, oh
What?
my gosh.
Okay. What? Why has he not been in the game?
And you-
What the hell were they doing?
And you know what you're saying now? Oh no, a 2-point conversion in that end zone? No, not a 2-point conversion in that.
Everyone's
end zone.
triggered.
There've been a weird. There've been Nebraska ended up having a 2-point conversion in this end zone the next year too.
Yep, and they got that one.
Yep.
They didn't get this one.
That was the throw to Eric Alford.
Oh man!
Oh,
That sucks.
and you're saying we're never going to get a 2-point conversion in that end zone.
So 15-13. My God. So stressful. So stressful.
Think how big that 2-point conversion was in retrospect.
Yeah. Oh, seriously.
1 yard. One yard.
Yep.
And it's a tie game and totally changes everything for the way this game ends. Yeah, Frazier did not play well in this game at all.
No, this is not his finest hour.
And Frazier had a pretty good game, if I recall, like for being a freshman the year before in the Florida State game. I remember the end of it. They're like, as long as they've got this guy, they're going to have a chance as he gets older at the end.
And they weren't wrong. I mean, his career obviously peaks. His last game is the best game he's ever played.
They finally got Nebraska.
That was like one of the first normal plays in the whole game for Florida State's offense.
Now they're going to try and run it. It seems like Nebraska's backing up a little bit here.
Yeah, I would say this is the first time where Florida State, look at that. Wow.
He didn't, jeez.
Oh,
that could have been a fumble.
Holy God.
They're jumping so much. Charlie Ward must
get him again.
Ward must have a hell of a hard count.
Oh,
it is defensive
of
holding?
Course.
Man. Jeez. It is weird,
Brutal.
Josh, how different that jacket is. Awesome. How different the passing game looks from 1993.
Oh, it looks so antiquated. So antiquated.
Dion probably would have been with the Falcons at that time, I think. I think he hadn't gone to the Cowboys till maybe the next year, a year after that.
Yeah, he was at the Cowboys for their last Super Bowl in '95. He was with the Niners before that.
Brought the heat there.
Man, they are just – if you missed it too earlier, they showed that stat. All year, Florida State had given up 10 sacks, and they have 5. Nebraska has 5 in this game alone.
Insane. And they probably should have
that is huge that it goes into the end zone. Yep. Oh, that is so big.
All right. So all you need is a field goal to win it.
Here we go again. Give it to LP. Wow, that was a broken play. And he picked up a first down. My God.
They weren't running at all.
He's so good.
Typical wearing them down.
Oh, what a beast, man.
So they have kept let's see, is he still they've kept Stye in at right guard now. They didn't start him in that game. That's weird. He's told me that story before, I just don't remember it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I want to say he was injured coming into he was coming off. Was that this year or the next year? He was coming off some injury. I think that might have been this year, and that's why. Like a pretty serious injury. All right, LP.
God, I mean, look, I know we keep praising him, but he just got tackled, and he still somehow gained a couple of yards. He is just so good.
God, even that pass looks bad, man.
Yeah, he is
why
not
do they
sharp
not
in
hit
this
receivers
game.
running? They're all stopped and turned around.
Tommy has always been. Oh, there you go. That's nice.
Tremaine
He's always been a player where you wonder, what is his career in an era where 7-on-7 stuff exists? Wow, second half pretty good though. Where he just is practicing passing all the time instead of just being an option quarterback. He's obviously way, 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 way better.
All right, down to the 20 now. Okay.
Look at that.
Whoop.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
End of that wasn't very good.
There's Eric Alford. Haven't hardly seen him in this whole game till now.
Tommy!
That was
a flag.
It's a flag? I was going to say, with the two guys pulling, that was the best quarterback run play that they'd had the entire game. Back in the shotgun. Decent amount of shotgun for Nebraska this year.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Geez. Double coverage. He had a dude up in front of him that was open, too.
Wow, that was brutal. Oh.
But
bailed out by hairy arms. Whew. I like that hat. It's not as good as the next year's hat, but that's a good hat. Wait, what's the penalty? Oh, blocking the back.
It was on the return.
Oh, it's blocking the back. My bad. Never mind. God, that is brutal. They had multiple possessions in this game, Jack, where they're in Florida State territory and they just don't do anything with it. Awful.
Like, there's a part of you like, man, they should have won this game. But the offense looks so bad the entire game.
It's horrible. The offense is too bad. Like Josh has said it earlier, like if LP starts, they win by 2 scores. And look, I mean, he was really good, and so maybe he's right, but God, the offense was just so rough. The offensive line, this is not the offensive line's best performance for sure.
Jeez, another freaking block in the back.
Good God.
You talking to Red Cat?
Oh, who is it? I can't see who that is.
No, I can't.
That was Travis. I muted him. Travis, I muted you, bro.
LP, little toss sweep
Oh!
here. Uh-oh.
Jeez.
That's not a fumble. It's 9 for
Look at
65.
that. Dude, 65 yards. He's played a quarter.
Why? Yeah. Jeez. Oh, Wiegert saves it. Absolutely saves it.
Oh,
God!
man,
God, that was.
Dude.
He gets completely set up there. How could that not be a?
Wow, that is not a catch in 2023. Holy
Jeez,
Lord!
How was that such a bad pass?
Wow, that was awful. Hey, there's a little step back.
All right, it worked a little better now.
Yeah, it got him like 7 yards.
Oh, they gave
8
Nebraska
yards.
the catch on that one.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. Okay,
there you go.
Look at that.
There's the option. Oh!
I was so psyched on that play.
Oh,
And then a flag afterwards, but he didn't get in the end zone.
oh my
Get in the end
gosh.
zone.
Oh, it's ejected at the 4-yard line.
How did he not get in the end zone? All right, first play, LP got taken down in the backfield. Second play, LP again, nothing.
Oh
Nothing.
my
2
gosh.
up the middle with LP. What do you do on third down?
Throw it.
LP again.
Wow,
And
so they just settled.
3 plays.
Man,
We're just
that-
getting the field goal.
Oh my gosh. That is
And Tommy
horrible.
gets in. If Tommy gets in on that play,
Dude, it's
just
over.
turns on the Jets,
It's over.
it's over. If Tommy makes the 2-point conversion,
Oh my gosh.
Nebraska probably wins. And now they just think they won the national championship.
Yep.
And that's,
Oh my
that's kind of
God.
how you felt at that point. You're like, the way that the defense is playing, they just took the lead here at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
you get why they were playing for the field goal in that game.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
the way Tommy was passing it and
Bro,
like that pick that
what
he
the
threw, I wouldn't have thrown it with him either.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All right,
Man.
now defense, keep the pressure going. Keneally had him. Okay,
Oh.
first down. Okay, here we go. I mean, this could be like the Frank Costa situation right here. Keneally almost
Yeah.
did the same thing that he did the next
See,
year.
and that's the thing too,
that's
Jack, because
insane.
Florida State's kicker looked like shit early in the game too, right? So you're like just
Yes.
oh my gosh. Oh, I love taking off the helmets. God, what a cool look it was back in the 90s.
All right,
4th and 1. Oh my goodness.
unreal.
Wow.
Unreal. I forgot.
Wow.
God, this game was Albert. Look at Albert finally got handled on that play out of nowhere. Did you see that?
Oh.
And then they called a late hit on that.
Oh my goodness gracious. Are you
The
serious?
dude. Oh god. And he pushed him back.
Wow. All right, I just want any Chiefs fan or Bengals fan in here to like chill out because your penalty much more normal compared to that one. Wow. that was-
Oh, you overthrew
Wow.
him.
Wow.
And now you're like, oh man, you got to use your timeout. You got to figure out how to.
Yep. Yeah. Now it's just like about clock management. What? Okay.
Yeah, they're
what is
throwing
Florida
it
State
like
doing?
crazy.
What the?
Oh,
Are
and
you
then-
serious? Another flag?
Yep, 15-yard penalty there.
Oh Lord. Biff says this is a remake of the Texas game in Dallas where Audie kicks it out of bounds and Asante gets a personal foul. That is such a it's such a great point. It really is. Wow. I totally forgot the Florida State got all the way down to the 5. Wow, and they're just settling? What are they doing? This is horrific clock management. What is Florida State thinking?
Wait, did
Good
they kick
Lord.
it on? Wait, did they kick it on second down?
They kicked it on second down, Jack, with 20 seconds left.
What in the
Wow,
hell?
that was one of the
Well, they
dumbest
always
things
used to
I've
say.
ever
They
seen.
always used to say
Husk.
all the time. I suppose they still say it, but they're always like, "Well, you want to kick it on an early down. You want to kick it on an early down in case there's
you
a
drop
bad
it."
in case there's a bad snap." Have you ever
They
seen
didn't-
that
maybe
happen
they were
in
out
your
of
life?
timeouts because I would have ran one more play and really take that clock down.
They probably didn't have a timeout, and they wanted to kick it on. So they were way back. There was a penalty, a celebration penalty. Okay.
Wow. And suddenly look at that. Nebraska has the ball
Yep.
with 14
So
seconds left, and
Miles
they're
has the
already
ball.
at their
All right,
43.
so first down, 14 seconds. And you're like, Frazier hasn't thrown it worth a shit the entire day. And then, he almost had
God,
that
the ball
one.
hadn't even hit the ground yet, and the ref is saying it's incomplete. Settle down, man.
Okay, second down, another shot, and he gets Tremaine Bell to. Okay.
Wow. So there was obviously a second left. And so
Right.
Nebraska has a timeout here. Is that what's going on? So Nebraska calls a timeout?
Well, they would have. Yeah, I believe they had a timeout to be
Okay.
able to kick that, or they could have.
Jeez, they wanted to give him the title so fast. Like, dude, there's obviously a second left.
Look at
this
Osborne.
is the thing. I said this. Hey, he's pulling a Mac Brown. I said it when we were previewing that we were going to do this recently. Like, props to the refs for giving him a second left because they didn't have to do that.
Watch David Sizes the holder get run over here
by Florida State.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, brutal.
That's it. That's it. So Bobby,
Well, that was fun.
Already had been given the Gatorade bath. The cameras can't handle all the jubilance.
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
I feel worse about that game now. Yeah, aren't you guys
Yeah, that's
glad?
a bad time.
They had more chances than man. I sort of remembered it. I don't know. I just remembered a little bit of a different feeling to it. Matt Shaw, I saw him the other day.
Brendan, but they won the next two national titles. They did. They definitely did.
Yep. Yeah,
man, that first and goal is rough. Man, that's the
Nebraska's
that's where the game
win
is really
with LP.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they get down there and then they don't do anything. Yeah, that was a bad time.
I think they had it in their head like, man, if we know they're passing, we can really open up that pass rush, and it just wasn't there on that last drive the same way that it was the rest of the game. It was like you watch a couple of those plays and Trev was just the tackle was just standing him up, which he hadn't done the entire game.
Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah, defense. That was one of the best defensive performance that I've ever seen Nebraska play. And equally on the other side, Biff made the comparison a few minutes ago to the 2009 Big 12 championship. I mean, God, I would say that we could apply that to both the offensive and the defensive sides of the ball too, because the offense was definitely better in this game. They made a few more plays, but the offense has let the defenses down because the defense, they're getting all after Charlie Ward. He never looks comfortable. Every completion for the game, for the most part, is on the sidelines where he's just chucking the ball up, but he's getting sacked a ton, and the offense just can't do it. And, yeah, there was a couple bad penalties, a couple plays go against him, but, man, that's brutal. Because, again, this is now the second time I've watched it. So there are the narratives that we build up in our head of, like, what went right and what went wrong for Nebraska. I would have been livid all offseason long about first and goal at the 5-yard line, and you have to settle for a field goal with a minute and change. Like,
and I don't even remember. It's just a long time ago, but I don't remember. I don't remember being mad about that. What I remember being mad about more than that, for whatever reason, this is kind of stupid, is for Frazier not scoring on that long run.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing that I remember being, like, that's the thing I remember thinking about after the game, is that, man, just get in there. So yeah, it's crazy. But that defense, you're right, man. That defense was better than I remembered. Is the other thing.
Oh, incredible, incredible performance,
and at all levels, because you had, first of all, you had the corners on an island. I mean, all the defensive backs on an island, basically, almost never, very rarely with help over the top on those things. And then they were, I thought they were really solid tackling. Baron Miles is always a good player. Toby Wright was always a great tackler. And Tyrone Williams was, he was NFL quality. He played in the NFL for a long time. The defensive backs had it. Ed Stewart looked great in that game. They had Mike Anderson getting through on those blitzes. The way that they got him through on some of those blitzes was insane. Like, I don't know, whatever McBride's scheme was for that game had Bobby Bowden's offense absolutely flummoxed the vast majority of that game. It was crazy.
Yeah, it really did.
And as Josh points out, that Florida State offense was really good. Like, the Notre Dame game they lost, I don't remember. It was something like 34-28 or something like that. It was a really high scoring game.
Wow, that one it ended up hitting harder than I expected it to. It really did. I didn't watch it live. I've only seen it twice, and man, it was way more depressing than I expected it to be. So yeah, thanks to one of the whoever the boardroom member was that picked this game for us. Yay! That was exciting.
and the crazy thing is, man, they narrowed. Obviously, this was a fast no huddle version. It was a long period of time between when Bell went down on that catch and they actually kicked the field goal. Like that was a lot of chaos was happening in the stadium, and so that didn't really represent it. I mean, they had all the players on the field. Florida State was celebrating. Bobby Bowden, they were about to interview Bobby Bowden after he won the game. They had to call that off. Osborne's talking to the refs, and then you started to realize, oh, they might do this, and then you could tell they actually were going to do it, and then Byron Bennett was getting ready. You're like, oh my gosh, if they steal this from Bowden after he's already been basically christened the winner because he was the guy, he was the best guy who hadn't got one yet at that point, right? And that became Osborne later.
Exactly.
But he was that guy for this, and he was the kind of the sentimental favorite in this whole thing.
Yeah, a comment from Josh. He says, I know you guys already did the 1995 Orange Bowl, but I almost feel like we have to do it right now or do it now. And Travis says, like right now? We did do that game. That was, way back in the old days. Maybe we should do a rewatch of the 95 Orange Bowl.
I think
maybe we do that in 2 weeks. It'd be fun to revisit that. We could talk about Apex Guy, but also, I mean, it after this, you gotta kind of wash your mouth out, right? Like I wanna have a nice bowl of ice cream, aka the 1995 Orange Bowl, to not think about this one.
Yeah,
anymore.
we can. There were people who wanted to do the 2006 Texas game on here.
Yeah, what the hell? You people, that's a psycho move. I'm not trying to watch Terrence Nunn fumble the ball.
In the boardroom chat, somebody brought that up. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, that one, that is, I think if we were ranking my least favorite games of all time, that 2006 Texas game still breaks my heart. And I was 18 years old. It's been, over 16 years now. That game, the Virginia Tech game in 2009, like those games for some reason hurt even more than the Big 12 championship game lost to Texas in 2009.
The 0-2 Texas game, that one would break my heart. Yeah.
Juwan Gross.
Yep. Yeah. There you go. Biff's just putting it out there. We'll do it next time. We'll do it next time.
Yeah, I do think next time we do one of these, if we get like the 40-minute versions, maybe we do another doubleheader like we did with the unrecorded 1988 Oklahoma State and Oklahoma game.
Yeah, if we start earlier, we could do that. Like two from the same season.
Yeah, once basketball's over, man, we could do some fun stuff on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we should have planned.
Because we want to watch Nebraska.
Maybe we should watch another, there were no more losses, I guess, until that game. So I was going to say. Easton sweatbands. Yeah, Tommy Frazier's wearing an Easton sweatband there, isn't he? And Miami with a Big East logo on their
wild.
On their
what a time. What a time.
All right.
Well, that was fun.
It was something.
Here, you know what? I'll say this. If you are listening to this at a later date, first of all, you are an alien to Jack. He doesn't understand how you do this. But second of all,
if you're watching on YouTube, I totally get it, though.
But if you're just listening, and if you're listening especially on the free feed, and you're like, wow, this sounds like an absolute blast, and you want to be like Josh, where he says, I'm going to go lay down and cry, and you want to do that with us live, friends, Patreon.com/ID Club. We have multiple tiers. A $3 tier would not get you access to this live, but you would be able to listen to the podcast when it's posted. But for only $5 a month, you could join us as we rewatch a lot of games this offseason. I think, Jack, in seasons 1 and 2 of Be Kind Husker Rewind, we've probably done about a dozen games. We will hit a dozen games this offseason alone. So
Easily.
It's going to be a ton of fun. We will do old games. I want to do some new games, and not just get into the 90s rut. But patreon.com/ID Club, you should join us because these things are an absolute blast, even if, as Josh says, we want to go lay down and cry when we are finished.
One of my goals for this, too, is to start finding, and I have a little bit of a Rolodex. It's a small one, but I have a handful of former players that I have a relationship with that I would love to get a former player on who played in the game to do some of these with us.
Yes.
That would be so fun. And
really, the issue is just trying to make sure that they understand the technological.
Which is why we may change how we do those.
Yes,
we may.
That's true.
We may
That's
do
true.
that. So but we may, in fact, we may have that figured out. I don't know if it'll be in the next. It might be in the next 2 weeks, but don't worry. The Discord is still going to be used in a variety of ways. So
yes,
yes.
Indeed.
All right. Yeah. I have put together a list. If you guys have games that you know are on YouTube that are short ones, I have a list that I have started. Josh, did I send you that?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
So I've got like a pretty good sized list of games that are available, which are between 40 minutes and an hour and 20 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, basically that's kind of what we want, right? We want games that are, I mean, this one was 40. Man, it's so fast. But if you can get us games that are like an hour 15, hour 20, I think that is like the perfect
a little
amount.
longer.
Yeah, because then we get actual replays, and there's like breathing in between the plays, and so that's a whole lot of fun. And we will do at some point this offseason, we will do a nice meaty like 2-hour game. We'll have a great
I want to
time.
do one from like the 80s or 90s that has all the commercials in it.
That would be fun. And we could turn up the volume a little bit, listen in to see what they're saying.
Yeah, 45 is too short. It just moves. Everything moves a little too fast.
Way
they
too
don't really
fast.
put replays in for the most part. I would like one with replays.
Yes.
And
exactly.
It feels like more like an hour, about another half hour would probably be about right.
Yeah.
However they would.
And by the way, a month from now, it will be NCAA tournament time. We are planning to do No Sit Sunday. So we'll do our first ever basketball edition of Be Kind Husker Rewind. There's like an hour-long edition of that one, Nebraska versus Wisconsin on YouTube. So yeah, again, if you're listening to this and you're like, wow, this actually sounds awesome. We also do the Saturday morning coffee show. The Nebraska Ball Pod records on Sundays. And we'll have some floating stuff during the offseason as well. Patreon.com/I80Club.
All right, cool. That is it. We will be back next time Saturday morning, Josh,
I look forward to it.
Saturday morning coffee and getting ready for whatever the weekend holds. The Super Bowl. A little Super Bowl talk.
Oh boy. Oh, boy.
Somebody sent Nebraska versus Georgia Southern in 40 minutes.
I could tell behind-the-scenes stories of working in the broadcast booth for that one. There's some stuff that I could actually divulge that now I think that we're past the point of limitations in terms of things that Mark Helfrich told me that maybe would be okay for the pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sad we only had about like 10 days of the Scott Frost wearing glasses era.
Oh, yeah. God. Wow.
92 Colorado. I would love. Do we do that in the original version of this?
No, we have not done 92 Colorado. That's going to be a must do. You know what if we
That's
did?
on my list,
what if
too.
we save that and we do it like right before the season in honor of Nebraska playing Colorado?
Maybe we should do all Colorado ones.
Oh,
That's
a fun idea.
For the last month of the year.
Well, you know the one that I want to do. It's a super underrated one, and the only issue with never mind. There's a no huddle edition that's 41 minutes. I want to do the 2000 game. I love that game. It's way underrated. Goes down to the wire. Gary Barnett is super triggered when Josh Brown makes a game-winning field goal. Colorado month on the I-80 Club. Jack,
Let's do
idea.
Colorado month for the last.
Should we do that for August, the lead up to the season?
Yeah, and we can if we can do two at a time if they're short.
Okay.
Like the one I couldn't find that I really want to do is 2005. That was one
the Restore the Order one?
Yeah, the Restore the Order game. I really want to do that one. 2000 would be good. The Alex Henry field goal game would be good, right?
Yes.
Any of the 94 game in Lincoln would be good. The 95 game would be good. The 93 game would be good.
By the way, there is a 2005 version. It is 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Of which game?
Of the Restore the Order game. So if we want to do it, we'll be on for almost 3 hours.
That would be the game I should get Corey Ross for.
That would be
because
awesome.
He was hyped for that game because he was going back into his home state.
All right. Well, I am jacked now. Colorado month in August.
Colorado month. We are only in August. We will only feature.
And let's not do. How about this?
Or at least
no other Wednesday pods. Just Colorado stuff for the Wednesday pods.
All right, for the last maybe 4 weeks. We'll nail down the exact dates, but I'm all for that too. Because there's tons of that. So none of it. So we're not doing any Colorado between now and then, though. That's
correct.
That's the agreement we all have to make.
Yeah, we'll try to put together, like you said, we could do some double headers so we could knock out a ton of them. And then, maybe we peak with a 3-hour version of a game and we have Corey Ross stop by. That'd be a great time.
That would be good. All right. Cool, everybody. All right, now I'm in a better mood than when we started this.
There we go. That was fun. The end.
Yeah, exactly. All right, have a great night, everybody. See you on Saturday, and if you haven't yet joined the I-80 Club, you'll be glad that you did. Patreon.com/I-80 Club. Just ask the people in the club if they like it, except for Oliver. Don't ask him. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Bye.